Good evening. Well, welcome to our little party.
Look at y'all looking so good tonight. Thank you for coming out. Let's go. All right. November comes again with indiscriminate northwest wind, and then December. I remember words so tough and words so tender. Can't take back words never spoken, promise never made is a promise broken down. Yeah. You and I were too young to know just where the wild water flows and where the dust from your boot heels go when that northwest wind blows it away. 14 soon turns 41. There's more left to do than has been done. Well, there's wild water in the bucket. When you kick it, it rolls away. Wild water dies in the river till the rain sets it free. There's a love you're born with and the love you'll never find. But sometimes your love grows most in those you left behind, like wild water, wild and free, yeah. As young boys do, we fought like fools with fists and words, sometimes cruel, but mostly, Lord, we got along. A brother's love like a river runs strong. Rivers split and stones tumble, trees fall in, cut banks crumble away. Sad to say. Well, there's wild water in the bucket. When you kick it, it rolls away. Wild water dies in a river till the rain sets it free. There's a love you're born with, there's a love you'll never find. But sometimes your love grows most in those you left behind, like wild water. Let's go, guys! How you guys doing? Goddamn, it's getting cold. January makes young men old out here where the memories freeze like ice on the branches of dead old trees. Trees that young boys climb are the trees that grown men leave behind too soon. I still can't drive that county road. I still get sad when the snow starts to blow. It's bouncing off the headlight beam. When you're wild, the world gets mean sometimes. You can try not to cry like your mama's boy, but if you don't let go, the pain can destroy a man. Yes, it can, yes, it can. Well, there's wild water in the bucket. When you kick it, it rolls away. Wild water dies in a river till the rain sets it free. There's the love you're born with, there's the love you'll never find. Sometimes your love grows most in those you left behind, like wild water. Still can't stand February. A desperate thought like tears on the prairie. They say lonely men die low out here where the wild seeds sown. And there's ice on the river waiting for the sun to make it wild. Let it run again. Your ice on the river just waiting for the sun to make you wild. Let you run again. Let you run again. Let you run again. Let you run again. Yeah. Thank you guys. New one for you. There's a junk train running just south of town, reminding me that I gotta slow down. I've been hauling this stuff around all these years. Everything I picked up, blood, bone, and tear. Well, the men make plans, well, the gods all laugh. Nothing ever works out like you plan. Listen to the little birds, they keep singing, and the cell phone keep on ringing. Don't answer that. Don't answer that. I am broken, I'm worn, I am old, but not yet born. And I've written down my story on these pages at a tome. Just hauling around these things I ain't never ever gonna need, like a junk train. Yeah. I got a boxcar full of broken dreams, and my engine's always running out of steam. I trade half a ton of things that I wish I hadn't done for $1 worth of decency in the Colorado sun. I would, yeah. You know I would. Yeah, I would. I am broken, I'm worn, I am old, but not yet born. And I've written down my story on these pages at a tome. Just hauling around these things I ain't never ever gonna need, like a junk train. Like a junk train, feel the iron, steel of the junk train being, well, the rust eats the paint, so you paint it up again. Well, these dark clouds, well, they lash and they lie and they'll pull you down. I say they pull you down like a junk train running away. Well, you know you're getting older like the train off the tracks. And the doctor says, Todd, you can't keep living like that. Is your life so precious that you can't live? Do you have so much you can't give anything away? Yeah. Put everything you have in a fast train, punch the ticket, send it away like a junk train. Like a junk train, like a junk train, hey, yeah. Like a junk train, yeah. I'm just a junk train, yeah. I'm like a junk train, a junk train running away. Ducharme-Jones tearing it up over here. Thank you. You guys, so I used to play in a band, and I still play in a band called King of the Tramps. Woo! So we're going to be doing some King of the Tramps, we're going to be doing some Todd Partridge, and we're just going to be making some shit up and seeing if you guys can figure out which ones we practiced and which ones we didn't. This one's called Wandering Kind, and so the King of the Tramps, the kind of music we call it is whiskey gospel. So it's like going to church with a hip flask in one pocket and a Bible in the other, but you're at church and you're feeling glorious and you're making things good, and it's all about a good life and living and being nice to other people, the golden rule. Can I get an amen for that? I say, brothers and sisters, can I get an amen for that? And there you go. Need more whiskey. It's all right if you clap. When love meets with wanderlust, suspicion always turns to trust. Where roads and rails have taken us, dreams turn to gravel. Dust of love that two who wander share will not wander anywhere at all. Always leave it all behind. I guess I'm just the wandering kind. I drink to forget why I drink. I forget so I do not think about you anymore. And all those closing doors with locks instead of answers, promises like cancers. All the places that I've been, I've tried, but I never fit in. I always leave it all behind. I guess I'm just the wandering kind. Grain called Texas rainfall, spray paint hard with your name so you might think of me. Wonder if I'm free when you see a train that stretches here until the day we met. When I met you, I settled down, tried to live in your small town, but I can't stand myself when I'm still. I always leave it all behind. I guess I'm just a wandering kind. Let's go! You guys still with us? More whiskey for everyone. Now I've taken this song overseas, and when those people, when you say, "All right, everybody clap," they keep clapping. They never stop. It's the polka. It's the beer. I don't know what it is. On the 1 and the 3, no. Well, there would be no more pretending. If I could write a perfect ending, kiss you in a covered bridge like Clint Eastwood did, you would be like Meryl Streep, except you follow me to keep from missing me and all the things you think I'm doing when I'm gone. But in the end, the thing that's shared separates us from ourselves. I always leave it all behind. I guess I'm just a wandering kind. guys got it. It's the most fun I've had on a Monday night since last week. I'm going to play harmonica. Well, you haven't heard me yet. I always say that just to warn people in case there's somebody who might want to leave the building when I say I'm going to play harmonica. Yeah, more clapping. What he thinks, fetch me that bottle load. Well, everybody's dying from the day they born. It's true, yo, yo. I hope at this point I haven't lost any of you sinners out there. I haven't seen you running for the door yet. We're gonna fix that. Now, I don't know a lot of you guys real well. Some of you I know very well, and I'm not gonna tell what I know. But do you care if I tell you a secret? Is it all right if I tell you a secret? All right, I'll tell you. I'll tell you a secret. Whiskey takes away my pain. I'll tell you a secret, Lord. Well, everybody's dying from the day they born. Let's go. Well, I'm ready for the Galilee show. River Jordan gonna take me home. I'm ready for the Galilee show, Lord. Everybody's dying from the day they born. Yeah, everybody's dying from the day they born. You guys ready? Let's go! So we just did that to get our cardiovascular workout for the evening. Yeah. So we're going to take it down a bit. I don't think we could take it up any. So I come from a huge family. Actually, my extended family is ginormous. They're Irish Catholics out in eastern Iowa, the Donovan clan. And my grandma Donovan, Nellie Donovan, she lived to be 99 3/4. Damn, so close to that magic number. But Nellie had about 8 kids, and those kids each had, some of them had 10 and 8 and 6 and 5, and so I got a lot of cousins, and I was Nellie's favorite grandson, believe it or not. You don't have to clap for that. I figure she can't say anything different about it. So. I think, and then I found later on she told all my cousins that they were their favorite. So I digress a little bit, but it actually sets up the song. The song's Fresh Green Light of Day, and my grandma, you know, she had so many kids, and a lot of us were hell-raising, beer-drinking, trouble-making kids, you know, and she just kind of, you know, she'd seen it all. She went, you know, my uncles, everybody, and no matter how bad things got, she'd say, don't worry, it's going to be all right by the fresh green light of day, kind of like this too shall pass, and pass, and pass, and pass, and it did. But I got a song out of it. This one goes out to everybody's grandma. Will the moon feel like valleys every night when the sun goes down? But the tables are turned come breakfast time, and everything looks brighter. Oh, 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 by the fresh green light of day. Ask my friend for a ride. He said, where are you bound? that you don't mind. Oh, 'cause everything looks brighter. Oh, 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 by the fresh green light of day. Rainy streets and Mondays make sad harmony sound. And church steeples point upward, we sinners all fall down. Sinners all fall down, we get up before we drown. And everything looks brighter, oh, by the fresh green light of day. Take me for a spin, man. Take one like that. Will the moon refuse to shine when he saw what the sun had done? That sun had undone what the moon had just begun, and everything looks brighter, oh, by the fresh green light of day. One more like that. Yes, everything looks brighter, oh, by the fresh green light of day. Yeah. Out there to Grandma. Yeah, it's all coming back to me. Thank you, you guys. And we do have a tip bucket up here.
We had a couple of them. I don't know where the other one went, but you know the drill.
You know the
You
drill.
get in free. You get in. What's that?
All right, we got bleach,
Been
you
using
guys.
it to clean the floors. Okay, all right.
This is gonna be fun. We got a bucket full of bleach. I didn't plan on this. Last time I did bleach, I don't remember anything. God, come on. All right, you guys. So thank you guys for coming out on a Monday night. Thank you, xBk. Thank you, everybody. All right, slide guitar. Count to 100, maybe count to 110. Well, get up and wash the blood from my face and do it all over again. Well, first one in puts the limes and lemon. Well, the second one takes out the trash. Well, the liquor man delivers the tray, but now we gotta pay him cash. 'Cause it's hard times, hard times, hard times out there. Hard times, but it's always good times in here. Well, the afternoons are quiet and the walls are smiling at the fools that walk through the door. It's the fools that walk out and cause all the trouble when they stand back no more. Well, a Wednesday always smell like a Wednesday, but a Saturday never smell the same. Well, sometimes it's a whisper and I promise a Sunday morning's walk of shame. Cause they have hard times out there. Hard times, but it's always what? There's good times in here. Make it always smooth as you want it to be. Well, the high plains goes, city of grifters ain't got time for your hips to sing. Well, the only good crowds are proud to drink, and well, that's never a problem round here. You become a regular when you regularly come in and buy Tomlinson a beer. Cause it's hard times out there. Hard times, but it's always what? Good times at hand. Hard times, hard times, hard times. Yeah, it's good. It's good times in here. It isn't false advertising. I play guitar so badly, you guys could sure help me out with this one. It's easy. Got sideburns, Burt Reynolds shades. I got the stereo blasting, cause I just got paid. I'm like king shit on Saturday night. Well, you gotta have a ticket if you wanna ride, cause what? Nobody rides for free. Bet you ask the grad, nobody gonna get you there fast. I got a bottle of Comfort, Greenbelt beer, got a 65 Impala with a Hirsch 4 gear. Yeah, I'm pissing in the alley near 4th and Main with Sly and the family shooting funk in my vein. Got a moped mouth and a shotgun brain. I don't talk much, but I never complain, cause what? Nobody rides for free. Bet you ask the grass, nobody gonna get you there fast. I bet you ask the grass, nobody gonna get you there fast. wrote this song, I had in mind, you know, the early days when all that mattered was the car you were driving, a little bit of beer, your best girl over here, and your other best girl over here. There's not a lot of things to do in Iowa, in a small town where I grew up, Auburn, Iowa. About 400 people, 200 dogs. So we would drive around and around and around and around. And I remember driving those gravel roads. Who remembers driving those gravel roads? Now everybody, who remembers that? I know I saw you out there. Everything gonna be alright. Moonlight Midnight, gonna burn it up, gonna burn it up, gonna burn it up. Yeah, leave the smoke inside. Hey, hit me like a crab, living in a small town. Turn that stereo on. Give me some of that Shaka Khan. Give me some of that Parliament Funkadelic. Give me the Beastie Boys. Give me that Black Sabbath. Give me that AC/DC. Come on. These guys right here.
This guy, right?
No. These guys. If they weren't up here, you guys would hear all my mistakes. But mistakes are make rock and roll. In fact, that riff on that song came out of another song on accident, Wicked Mountain. All right, so... Who's ever been to Austin, Texas? Did I knock you out of tune? Yeah, so this is I've lost so many guitar players from that, my right. Ha!
Well, in your special tuning, we have to be very precise up here.
Yeah. I just knocked it down 431 hertz. So a friend of mine is a songwriter in Austin, Texas. And she did all right, you know. She had that one big hit, honest to God, on the radio that we all know in the 80s, late 80s. And that was it. The manager took all the money, as often happens. And she's still down there in Austin, Texas, doing singer-songwriter nights. She ain't getting anything for that song. Common story. So I wrote this song about her. In her mind, she's thinking about those clubs and bars, high black ceiling and a full tip jar, and a Gibson hummingbird guitar. The guy from the label says you're gonna go far, but far ain't somewhere you can go. Just another string of one-night shows, and she used to feel pretty. Now she just feels pretty tired. Oh, Jesus, they loved her in her cowboy boots, her messy hair, and rhinestone suits, but she didn't love herself enough. She keeps trying to get back on that train with a suitcase full of heartache and pain song. But heartache ain't selling no more, and pain ain't what they're looking for. There's enough of that to go around. Enough of that to go around. She gets residuals from that one big hit, yeah. Sound familiar, but you can't place it, and the money don't buy much in the end. The songs remind her of those old boyfriends. Each one takes a little bit away, and sometimes she cries when she plays, Lord, hanging on to that D chord like her life depends on it. Oh, Jesus, they loved her in her cowboy boots, messy hair and her rhinestone suits, but she didn't love herself enough. And she keeps trying to get back on that train with a suitcase full of heartache, pain song. Heartache ain't selling no more, and pain ain't what they're looking for. There's enough of that to go around. There's enough of that to go around. Take one, Dave. Ducharme-Jones. A shooting star don't make a sound when it falls, like the posters on a green room wall, where they loved her in Austin and Athens too, San Francisco to Kalamazoo, but she ain't going back there. Her manager's rich and he stops by, says it's funny how time flies. Oh Jesus, they loved you in your cowboy boots, your messy hair, and rhinestone suits. You didn't love yourself enough. You keep trying to get back on that train with a suitcase full of heartache and pain song. But heartache ain't selling no more, and pain ain't what they're looking for. No, there's enough of that to go around. There's enough of that to go around. It damn sure is enough of that to go around. There's enough of that to go around. Oh, and he's trying to get back on that train with a suitcase full of heartache and pain song. Heartache, it ain't selling no more, and pain ain't what they're looking for. There's enough of that to go around. There's enough of that to go around. There's enough of that to go. There's enough of that to go around.
nice, dude.
Gotta keep it going. You were sounding so good, I wanted to keep going. Man, you guys, we got time for a couple more. And again, thank you for the tips, you guys. Thanks for coming. And xBk, thank you, Brian, everybody back there. So I'm a little shy, if you've noticed. I don't want to say a lot, but Lindsey Moon is going to interview me at the halftime here. So I'm like the halftime festivities kind of thing. So stick around for that. Actually, I'd go have a cigarette if I were you. And I don't even smoke. But if I did... Again, thank you to these guys up here, man. They do this every week, and it's freaking amazing. They've learned these songs inside of a week, and they do it every week, and they keep this thing, which is why Des Moines has such a wonderful, vibrant, amazing, because of you guys, these guys, venues like this, and it's good to see everything opening back up again. So give everybody a round of applause. Yeah! Live music.
Hey, Todd.
So what are we doing, SMOKUM? I got a capo up for this thing here, so. Speaking of smoking, this one's called SMOKUM. Let's see, it's an A, right, Dave? That all sound good? Let's go! I've been working like a dog 6 days a week. All days is worry, work, eat and sleep. Load the paycheck, gravity pushing down on top of me. I got both ends fighting just to get to the middle. Got the red state, blue state, it's your ass on the griddle. Poor is poor, no matter where you come from. Well, them broken pieces fall to the bottom. Pick 'em up, boys. Smoke 'em if you got 'em, yeah. Well, they tell you there's no jobs, it's your ass to blame. Downside morality, they have no shame. If I don't speak the language, go back where you come from. Well, there ain't no use fighting at the bottom. Pick 'em up, boys. Smoke 'em if you got 'em, yeah. What? Smoke 'em if you got 'em. So I'll take a half a second and introduce these guys. This is Scot Sutherland on the bass guitar. Amazing bass man. Scot Sutherland, y'all. Back here on the drums, we got Russ Tomlinson tearing it up. And over here on the guitar, Dave Ducharme-Jones. keep an honest man honest while the crooks count the money inside. Long as they keep you fighting with each other, won't see you steal them blind. Well, their pennies and their prayers are the only thing that circle down. Well, them broken pieces fall to the bottom. Pick 'em up, girls, smoke 'em if you got 'em, yeah. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Oh, smoke 'em if you got 'em. I hope you guys are having as much fun as we are. I'm getting the band back together. We got time for 2 more, then we're going to take a little break here, you guys. So thanks for hanging in with us. Nashville Line. I thought that was your fuzz box.
It is, but it's pretty low. I think so, yeah. Tell them who's next week. What's that? Say something about next week. Wait. Yeah.
Next week may not come. Just, I hope. Let's see. I need a. That's all I need. Oh, come on.
You need a checklist for this song.
I need it like a check engine.
Yeah, just a reminder, this is a kind of a tip donation generated gig. This is how we get paid to do this and to keep doing this. It's a free show to you all. So if you have a little bit of money you can spare and put in the orange bucket. We usually have 2 buckets up here, but I don't know what happened to the other one. So anyway, but also just wanted to let you know that you people that don't carry the cash, there is a Venmo QR code on each table. So if you'd rather do that, that would be fine as well. So really appreciate you guys coming out on Monday nights. I also want to say next week, the High Crest is playing, Kat Darling and Aaron Short. Woo! So myself and Dave and Russ will be backing them up, and they haven't played around in quite a while, so that's a treat. So please come out to that. And then after that, Sarah Routh. And then I believe the 23rd would be Andrew Hoyt, who is a really great songwriter, singer-songwriter that plays ukulele. Young kid and fantastic. He's got stuff on Spotify, so check him out. The last Monday, I know you guys probably won't remember this because I won't either, but last Monday is Memorial Day, so we will not be doing a show. Doing a show that night. So I'm not sure if the club is open, but we will not be doing a Monday Night Live show that night. So there you have it. Back to Todd Partridge.
I like country music. I like the old country music. I don't like so much the new country music that these guys are playing around sometimes with the new stuff. So I wrote a song about that, and here it is. It's called Nashville Line. Hooker didn't need much more, no, just 2 chords and a bottle, Lord, to open up that door. Well, I've been to Memphis, been to Nashville too, Lord, I've been down there in Austin, Texas, where Billy Joe sings the blues. Say where Billy Joe sings the blues. They're cooking up songs just to steal you blind, making money off those same tire rhymes. I can smell one from 100 miles. Another bullshit Nashville line. Say, hey there, girl, won't you climb inside? I'll slap you on the ass, I'll buy you a drink, I'll feed you a Nashville line. Say, I'll feed you a Nashville line. They're cooking up songs just to steal you blind, making money off those same tire rhymes. I can smell one from 100 miles. Another bullshit Nashville line. Hey. Few outlaws still getting it right. We got Elizabeth Cook, Sturgill Simpson, and them rebels on the east side. And there's still golden fingers and voices that'll make you cry. But it's the business side of the music business keeps feeding us these Nashville lines. Keeps feeding us these Nashville lines. They're cooking up songs just to steal you blind, making money off those same tire rhymes. I can smell one from 100 miles. Another bullshit Nashville Line. So we're gonna take a break, and I hope you guys come back because we're gonna really turn it up a notch or two. It's been my pleasure to be out. Time. Let's give it up for these guys. Thank you guys so much. We'll be right back after this little break here. Thank you guys so much.
What about now? How about now? We're having technical difficulties. Woohoo! Is your mic on? Hello? Yeah. Excuse me, did anybody lose a wallet? Okay, now that we have your attention.
You're good, man.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for coming to Monday Night Live tonight. My name is Lindsey Moon. I'm a producer with Iowa Public Radio Studio One, and I'm just filling in. During this series at Monday Night Live, we like to get to know the musicians quickly after the break before we get into the second set, and Anne usually does these interviews. She does a marvelous job of them, but she is out this week. She will be back.
Yes.
But I'm thankful to fill in for this evening.
And I'm thankful you're here. Yeah.
So, Todd.
Yes, Lindsey.
Thank you for being here tonight. Mm-hmm. I want to ask the question I feel like is burning in everyone's minds. Where did your mic stand come from?
The old mic stand. Yeah. So a friend of mine, Joe McGuire, who has played in a lot of Des Moines bands. I don't know if anybody knows. Everybody knows Joe. He's a drummer, plays in bands. He surprised me about 10 years ago with this. He showed up at a gig, and he had put this together. It's got a tire iron for the bass, and then he put the King of the Tramps in the middle, and then the flowers kind of just became a thing with King of the Tramps. So there you have it. It was a gift.
Why did the flowers become a thing with King of the Tramps?
We did a video called Good People, and it was about, it was the flowers were kind of code for an illicit substance. That's the short way to put it. So if you've got, go on YouTube and look for King of the Tramps, Good People, and you'll find a video, and it's a whole thing about flowers.
We plead the fifth.
Yeah, we plead more than the fifth, yeah.
How long have you been playing the harmonica? I see a lot of harmonica players, and I think it's really interesting. You've got a really nice box on the back of this to make that easier for yourself.
It's just a handy thing. I only learned the harmonica for King of the Tramps, so I've only been playing it about 15 years. Mostly I just make noise with it, just like a kid at a birthday party.
So I want to know, because I'm not sure that Todd is going to say this, but if you've not heard of King of the Tramps, or if you don't own their music physically, there's merch for sale in the back, and we've got somebody back there that's able to help check you out if you're interested in buying an album tonight, or a CD.
Yes, thank you.
Depending on your preferred format. So we chatted really quickly before the set, and you're playing in a very specific tuning tonight on some of your songs.
Yes. For many of you, this may be the first time you've heard a band playing at 432 hertz. So it's kind of, it goes all the way back to Vivaldi and Verdi. A lot of those early composers felt that it resonated better. It was a more natural frequency. The 440A that we all have heard on all of the recordings we've ever listened to was somewhat arbitrary. It was just at the Vienna Music Conference in the 1800s, they decided we need a standard. I guess they picked numbers out of a hat and they came up with 440, but I like 432.
Tell me,
yes.
for somebody who's not familiar with that but is like musically interested, do you have a song in the next set that's tuned to that?
Every song we play is tuned to it.
Every song you play is tuned to that.
Yeah. And I do some ambient music with some people in town here, and it's more meditative and it's trance-like. It kind of, once you get used to 432, 440 sounds kind of harsh to my ears. So, but could be the drugs I'm taking. I don't know. It's the flowers.
It's always the flowers. So speaking of King of the Tramps, you mentioned also when we were chatting before the set that the pandemic has been one of your first forays into writing and really playing by yourself. Mm-hmm. How is that different from playing with a full band? And how is it different musically to think about like writing that with a group rather than doing it all in your own brain?
Yeah, it's very different. And in fact, with the King of the Tramps, that whiskey gospel, you know, all that hard kind of hard charging blues, rock, gospel music we're playing, I would bring a song down to the King of the Tramps, and it would just naturally become that. And I would bring some songs down, and it wouldn't fit, and I kind of kept those in a closet. So I was writing songs
by myself that didn't become King of the Tramp songs. But then I started writing with a purpose during the pandemic, and have a solo record. I'm working with Brian Vanderpool at Golden Bear, which should be out pretty soon.
So I don't know Brian Vanderpool, but the sound folks that are back behind, when you mentioned that you were playing with Brian Vanderpool, were somewhat surprised. Can you talk to me about the difference in style that's making that an interesting project for you?
I'm putting Brian in the driver's seat. He's back there. Yeah, he's that's what's different for me is all the King of the Tramps record and all my Salamagundi records and all the things that I bring into my old school studios and produce. I'm the guiding force. I'm the person saying, do this, let's try this. But I'm leaving it in Brian's capable hands, and I'm knocked out by what he's coming up with so far. So,
do you have a date on when that album might be ready?
Brian, you think we have it ready next week? Yeah. I'd say it's going to be a couple. By the time we get it, we still have parts to put on it, and then it's got to get mixed and mastered and back and forth. It's going to be a few months.
So I chatted with a couple of musicians that have been a part of this series about what it's like to send their songs to a group of people that they may have played with a couple times but don't gig with regularly. What was it like coming into this group of musicians and having them play their song? You guys look like you're having so much fun up here. And so
well, it's going in some different directions, but it's we've all been doing this long enough that we speak the same language. But these guys are amazing. I mean, can I hear it for these guys? I don't even have to look. I don't even have to look behind me to know that they got my back. And we've all been doing this long enough and playing in bands that there's a common language that helps. But then at some point, as you could see, the music kind of takes on a force of its own. It just takes you. You know, a lot of these songs we've stretched out and we've kind of changed tonight, totally ad hoc. So I feel really lucky and blessed to play with these guys.
Okay, so I have to ask a question because I'm a little bit younger. And I've had a lot of fun coming into this series.
Yeah.
I know, I'm sorry. I'm in my 30s.
Don't hate her because she's young.
What's your stance on the resurgence of vinyl? And would you ever press new music to a cassette tape?
Yes and yes. So I have vinyl back there for sale. I've got a couple of the King of the Tramps records are on vinyl. And I have to say that the closest I've ever heard to those songs being recreated from what I hear when I record them in the studio is when they're on vinyl. If you send it, yeah, so vinyl is super cool. Now, there are some limitations. It gets scratched, and it's bulky. You can't do like a friend of mine in high school and mount a turntable in your car because so it doesn't work. So there is a convenience factor, but and cassettes, I don't know. I did release one of the King of the Tramps on cassettes, but I don't. Maybe. If you're gonna go full tape, go back to the big reel-to-reels.
I've just seen a lot of tapes for sale recently. Does anybody in here have a cassette player that's hooked up and still works right now?
I do.
Okay, so several. Okay.
All right, that's it. We're releasing this thing on cassette.
Cassette tape.
Or 8-track.
Okay, so last question, and then we'll get back to some music. Todd, coming out of it's been a really hard couple of years. It's just been kind of
Weird.
For the most part. Where are you drawing inspiration and energy from right now? Like if you're making something, you've clearly got something behind that. Where do you pull from?
I would say everyday observations, and I live out in rural Iowa, and that's where a lot of my material comes from. A lot of it is things I see, people I see, economic conditions, things that are going on, just everything around us. If you just put your antenna on, there's a lot of musicians in here tonight, and they know this. Sometimes your antenna's up, and sometimes your antenna's down. And if you keep your antenna up, it receives things, and that you just and always keep a notebook handy or your iPhone to talk a voice memo in, and so everywhere.
What are you listening to on repeat right now?
And I'm going to write a song called "Interview with Lindsey Moon." So I'm listening to 432 hertz ambient sound on repeat because that's how I fall asleep.
I'm going to have to use that tip. Very difficult time sleeping, so
yes,
hot tip for everybody.
Yeah. Yes, YouTube.
Okay, well, let's get back to some music. Are you
All
going to
right.
start us off acoustic on your own?
Yeah, I'm gonna try. So let's see.
Okay, well, while Todd is pulling out what he's going to do next, I want to remind everybody that these orange tip buckets are the way that the band is getting paid tonight. So if you have extra cash, if you have any money left, as Dave likes to say, that is a great place to leave it. Also want to let you know that if you are not carrying cash tonight, there is a virtual tip bucket on Venmo, and the QR code to get to that is on
Just going through the
the
amp.
bar. So thank you all for coming. Tell all your friends.
Lindsey, thank you. I'm gonna do one that Brian and I are working on. She's as leather as leather, and she never gave a damn about what they said when she was not around. She says, give me a man who understands that being lonely don't make it right. She drives a 20-year-old Honda on them gold wings past the red-winged blackbird. Around the lake twice, oh, don't it feel nice to feel the wind drying your tears? But it's a long way from Sioux Falls to anywhere. Even Fargo is too damn far. A bird on a string, it's a bird that can't sing a love song that freedom can bring. Well, the Iceman and Whiskey Charlie, they're the only two men that she trusts. Say, choosers don't beg, put something between your legs that'll take you somewhere for a while. So she leans into the throttle as she roars past the high school ball game, and all the heads turn when she takes that curve. Too fast, they say, too fast. But it's a long way from Sioux Falls to anywhere. Even Fargo is too damn far. A bird on a string is a bird that can't sing a love song that freedom can bring. Well, the road ain't exactly beautiful, but she's beauty in its inexact frame. She's the poetry that purrs past the trees as they blur. She ain't running, but she ain't standing still. See, even delicate flowers thrive by the roadside. And broke down ain't broken if you survive. Old fires that remain burn brightest in the rain, but there's hope where you used to find pain. 'Cause it's a long way from Sioux Falls to anywhere. Even Fargo is too damn far. Well, a bird on a string is a bird that can't sing a love song. Freedom bring, yeah. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Yeah, so, man, I don't know. Anybody got any King of the Tramps song they want to hear? Or I'll do another one that's on the record, yeah, because this one's called Wood. Thank you. If our love was this old shotgun shack off the less traveled road, still standing straight and tempting fate and fighting off the cold, the tin patches on a ship lap made from old coffee cans, $29 in pennies in a jar on a nightstand. Well, the wood builds the fences, builds those bridges too, but I'd rather build a ladder to get back up to you. Oh, and sometimes you fall so low, like a cold wind blowing smoke from a bridge on fire with railroad ties, oil and creosote. Yeah. Hey! Well, a gale force wind that's in your face, that's the same one howling at your back. The side wind chooses which way you go, but the weather vane stays where it's at. I had me a lover one young July in Calhoun County. We said goodbye. Nothing smells sweeter than the end of summer. The hayfields catching fire. Well, the wood builds the fences, builds those bridges too, but I'd rather build a ladder to get back up to you. Oh, and sometimes you fall so low, like a cold wind blowing smoke from a bridge on fire, railroad ties, oil and creosote. Yeah! I can smell it now. Lately I am loath to say that all we need is love. Love is just a tin cup hanging from a dry pump while the tears fall from the sky. I guess I'd rather be a carpenter than the man out killing the trees. What? I don't even know what that means. I don't want to kill no trees. I said a lot of things I always regret, and I did a lot of shit that I'd like to forget. I would never change a life rearranged since the day we met. And my God, ain't that sunset beautiful, where the water meets the riverbank crown. Sounds like a symphony of chainsaws coming and bridges falling down. Sounds like a symphony of chainsaws coming and bridges yeah. There we go. Wood. Thank you, guys. Let's get the band back up here. How are we doing for time? Time is of the essence. Oh, we're fine. Yeah. Don't you worry about that at skip blessing and go to None of Us Are Free, and then we'll probably throw Old Crow in. Because we did not work on blessing. We're gonna go to Angel, and then Angel and skip bliss blessing, and then go to None of Us Are Free. Angel, then None of Us Are Free.
So is this bucket here getting enough love, you think? Where's our other one? We had stereo buckets.
So thank you to everybody. I've seen people putting the tips in here. Thank you so much. It means a lot. We need gas money for my Tesla. Thank you. I'm an old woman named after my mother. My old man is another child that's grown up. Now if dreams were lightning and thunder was desire, this old house would have burned down a long time ago. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to believe in this living's just a hard way to go. In the kitchen, I can hear them, they're buzzing, and I ain't done nothing, Lord, since I woke up today. But how the hell can a person go to work in the morning and come home in the evening with nothing to say? Me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old road.
I can hold on to believe in this living's just a hard way to go. Dave Ducharme-Jones. Dave Ducharme-Jones. And these guys. So we covered it. So when we did this thing, they say, you got to come up with some cover songs. And I don't have a lot of cover songs, but we did one on a King of the Tramps record, which is back there for sale, called Wild Water. And this one's called None of Us Are Free, which is true. Are free. None of us are free, yeah. None of us are free. If one of us are chained, none of us are free. And there's people still in darkness, and they won't see the light. If you don't say it's wrong, that makes it right. We got to feel for each other, let each other know we care. To get the message, send it loud and clear. None of us are free. None of us are free. None of us are free. If one of us are chained, none of us are free. It's a simple truth we all need to hear and to feel. None of us are free if none of us are chained. Your salvation isn't too hard to find. None of us can find it on our own. We got to feel for each other, let our brother know we care. Got to send a message and send it out loud and clear. Take it now. Around you, you're gonna hear what I say, 'cause the world is getting smaller each passing day. making changes. It's time to realize that the truth is right before our eyes. None of us free, none of us are free. None of us are free, yeah. None of us are free. If one of us are chained, none of us are free. None of us are free. None of us are free. Yeah. None of us are free. If one of us are chained, none of us are free. There you go, a cover. Yeah, that's my kind of crowd. Swearing. That's how it goes. We'll just follow the set list the rest of the way. So you guys, so the aforementioned whiskey gospel is now in effect. Time to buy your neighbor a drink. If you don't know him, buy him a drink and you will. It works. You would be amazed at the relationships that have started with a drink. And I'm not responsible, just as a disclaimer, for anything that happens from the aforementioned whiskey. Just saying. But I digress again. So if we could help us out a little bit with some hand clapping, foot stomping. This one's called That's How It Goes. Yeah, now we're having some fun. Here we go. I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, your hands are gonna hurt, but your soul's gonna feel a lot better. And I know you're clapping inside even if your hands aren't touching, so it don't matter to me. If I don't pay these bills, well, they'll throw me on the street. Don't pay these bills, well, they'll throw me on the street. Lord, it's getting harder for an honest man to eat. If I don't pay these bills, well, they'll throw me on the street. Oh, that's how it goes. Well, I should have joined the army like my mama told me. Should have joined the army like my mama told me. Uncle Sam would tuck me in, take good care of me. Well, I take my pension early, live carefree. Oh, that's how it goes. Oh, that's how it goes. I'm a $20 man in a $10 land. $20 man in a $10 land. I ain't got a chance when I'm working for the man. I'm a $20 man in a $10 land. Oh, that's how it goes. people. Get richer and the poor stay poor. What? Rich get richer and the poor stay poor. Doesn't really matter what you're working for, 'cause the rich get richer and the poor stay poor. Oh, that's how it goes. Oh, that's how it goes. Thank you. That's how it goes, people. If I worked hard, I would get ahead. Well, they told me if I worked hard, I would get ahead. Well, the harder that I work, well, the closer I am to death. But I ain't dead yet, no. Some days you're the hammer, and some days you're the nail. And I've been feeling a lot more like the nail these days. How are you feeling good now? I told you you're going to the Church of the Holy Whiskey Gospel, and you're going to feel all right in the morning. You might not remember it, but trust me, remember this part. You had fun. She works down at the snake farm, just sounds nasty, snake farm, pretty much is snake farm, it's a reptile house, snake farm, ooh, well Ramona's got a keen sense of humor, she got a tattoo on her arm, it's a python eating a little bitty mouse wearing a sailor hat that says snake farm. Snake farm, just sounds nasty, snake farm, pretty much is snake farm, it's a reptile house, snake farm, oh. band from England is called The Alarm. She says she cried when they broke up. Still plays their record down at the Snake Farm. Snake Farm just sounds nasty. Snake Farm pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house. Snake Farm. Ramona calls me up, says, come on down here, Todd, it's getting warm. Then she runs everybody off, and well, you know it's a snake farm. Whoa! Snake farm, just sounds nasty. Snake farm, pretty much is snake farm. It's a reptile house. Snake farm, whoa! Snake farm. Sound nasty. Snake Farm pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house. Snake Farm. Ray Wiley Hubbard song. Thank you guys. So, yo, game time decision. Yeah, we're gonna do. This is not on the set list, but we're gonna do "Kiss My Ass" just because I like to say that. Just a gleam in your mama's eye when I met her 4th of July. Well, I lit the fuse and hollered at them, stand back. Well, I'm not saying what we did was right, but we made drunk love on a full moon night. I didn't know you were mine until you were 9 years old. God knows I did my best, but these small town gossips wouldn't give it a rest. Blame me for everything from herpes to the Iraq War. Said I was a loser, said I was low class, so I have one request before I pass. Won't you bury me upside down so they can kiss my ass? Dandy, but sex and liquor make a young man quicker. I'm only 35, but I lived 100 years the same. Well, I got another fight at the stock car races. I know every county daily by the first name basis. Ain't got a job, but I'm looking, mama, honest I am. God knows I did my best, but these small town gossips wouldn't give it a rest. Blame me for everything from herpes to the Iraq war. Said I was a loser, said I was low class. Oh, I have one request before I pass. Won't you bury me upside down so they can kiss my ass? Oh, I hate this. I gotta tell you, this song is about a true story. Has anybody ever been to Lauraville, Iowa? I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about. I've never heard anybody get so excited about Lauraville, Iowa. I know. Yeah. So if you go to YouTube and you Google Lauraville, Iowa, and you look it up, there was a farmer. It was a rainy day, so the farmers couldn't get out that day in the field. You know how that goes, right? And then when it's sunny, sometimes they can't get in the field because it's too sunny too, but I digress on that. So anyway, he's complaining about a toothache, and finally the guys around the bar got tired of hearing him complain about the toothache, and they bet him $20 that he couldn't pull his own tooth out. So he gave it and he couldn't do it, and then he got a couple other guys, and they got it out. So I don't know what the moral of the story is, but I got a song out of it anyway. Well, I bet you $20 I'm a barroom liar when they said I couldn't pull out my own teeth with a plier. Well, I gave it a yank, swallowed the beer and the blood. Well, I'm sure you heard about all the things I did. Well, the legendary antics of an overgrown kid. Well, some of them true, but most of them just a pack of lies. Yeah! God knows I did my best, but these small town guys wouldn't give it a rest. Blame me for everything from herpes to the Iraq war. Said I was a loser, said I was low class. Oh, I have one request before I pass. Won't you bury me upside down so they can kiss my ass? Now you guys know it, sing along. Won't you bury me upside down so they can kiss? Thank you, guys. Man, that warms my heart to hear everybody tell me to kiss their ass. So, you know the story for real? I know. Oh. And he really pulled the tooth out. I know. There you have it, if you thought I was making shit up here. True story. Now, all we need is a volunteer to reenact this. Let's write a song about that.
Yeah, he was like fucking 35 years old or something.
Oh my God.
Fucking drunk. Like,
He really did that.
All right, you guys. We got time for a few more here, but thank you guys so much for coming up. xBK, these guys are monsters. These guys, thank you so much, and keep supporting this series. Keep supporting live music. Keep coming out. You know, we like it. This one's called Worry. Look at that. Is that a pack of condoms?
Of the Venmo.
Weren't you just
Yes.
in Texas?
You don't have to get up.
Oh, okay.
Do it right there at your seat. Oh yeah, you were in Round Rock. You were in.
Teleportation is a good thing.
I saw that you were in Round Rock.
Yeah.
Yo.
That's where my son lives. Yeah, Round Rock. Yeah.
Texas is cool.
Anyway.
Don't worry.
That's all right.
Worry, worry about a window. What you worry for? Do what your mama told you. Don't you worry no more. Them big hands keep you safe while the storm it rages outside. Worry, worry in the garden. Ladybug fly away, away. You worry about the sunshine while the flowers dance in the rain. And big hands keep you safe while the storm it rages outside. Don't you worry, don't you worry, don't you worry, don't you worry. Don't you worry, don't you worry, don't you worry no more. Don't you worry, don't you worry, don't you worry. 'Cause the big hand, they keep you safe. Don't you worry, don't you worry, don't you worry, don't you worry. Don't you worry, don't you worry, don't you worry no more. Don't you worry, don't you worry, don't you worry. 'Cause them big hands keep you safe. Worry, worry what you're singing. Love will get you by, you by. You can't get to heaven with flowers falling from the sky. Big hands keep you safe while the storm it rages outside. No, you can't get safe while the storm it rages outside. Yeah!
Thank you guys. Don't worry, it's going to be all right. We got time for one more, you guys. Thanks so much again. Got some merch back there. I'll run back after this and say hi to a few of you, not all of you, because some of you I don't want to say hi to. No, I love you all, really. This will be Old Crow. Old Crows. I'm doing time-wise. This will take us about...
Oh, you got plenty of time.
This will take us to about 9:35.
Yeah, you're fine.
Old Crow. Not the young crow.
Old Crow? Old Doc.
Yeah, this is young Doc, Old Crow. Old crow sitting in a tree, wonder if he's looking at me or maybe looking at him. Well, it's all the same when you're singing to the wind, and the same wind helps you fly is a wind that'll knock you from the sky sometime. Hey, wise old bird, what's the word? Can you tell me something I ain't heard? Tell me everything gonna be alright. Well, I don't wanna fuss, don't wanna fight, I just wanna love the world tonight. And we can love the world tonight. Well, I asked old crow, why does he sing and how many feathers on a wing? Can you tell me any cage bird sings when he can't do so many things? Can music make a sad man smile if you're jumping and just sit there a while? And we can love the world tonight. 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 Well, Icarus, I asked old crow to come home with me, sit on the porch, swing in the breeze, and tell me, what does he see when he flies up there over the trees? Is there more peace being alone? Can you call up heaven on a telephone for me? Well, we just sat there and worn out shoes with a bottle of sunshine and yesterday's news while the trash piled up in the yard. Where the old crow told me, Todd, don't work so fucking hard. Work don't matter when you're dead, and sometimes words are better left unsaid. Yeah. And we can love the world tonight. We can love the world tonight. Yeah. We can love, we can love, we can love the world tonight. We can love the world tonight.
You walk out that door, you got two choices. You can love the world or you can hate it. I'll leave it up to you. Well, Icarus flew too close to the sun, laughed at his father and thought it was fun. I guess there's a little rebel in all of us. Sometimes we don't listen and we like to cuss. The old crow told me it's never too late. All it takes is love to overcome hatefulness. Yes, the old crow told me it's never too late. All it takes is love, overcome hatefulness. That's all it takes. I'm gonna love the world tonight. I'm gonna love the world tonight. I'm gonna love the world tonight. I'm gonna love the world. I'm gonna love the world tonight. And I'm gonna love the world tonight. I'm gonna love it with my heart. Oh, yeah. Love the world and not loving. I can feel it now already. So thank you guys again. That's our last song of the night. We ain't got anything left in us. Love you guys. Get out there and love the fucking world. Thank you. One, two, hop.